Hello beer tubers and welcome to quite a different video from what I usually do. Today we have a glassware test video. So I got these glasses from Spiegelau at bestofbeers.dk. It's a Danish web shop. You should check them out, guys. There'll be a link for the website bit down below. And they sell, of course, craft beer as every other web shop that sells or is into the the craft beer thing. But they also have a lot of glassware on there, among others the Spiegelau IPA glass and Stout glass. I think they were made in around 2013-14. These glasses, IPA glass being made in collaboration with Dogfish Head and Sierra Nevada over in the States, and the Stout glass being made in collaboration with Left Hand and Rogue. So all you guys who are into craft beer probably already know of these four breweries, as they're very famous in the craft beer scene. The first one to premiere was the IPA glass, and then later they made the Stout glass. So both glasses are specifically designed for these beer styles. So the IPA glass is designed for IPAs and pale ales and whatnot, hoppy beer in general, whereas the Stout glass is designed for dark beer. I think you would be able to use your box and whatnot as well, but there's some really cool, high quality glassware. I mean, Spiegelau makes some great glassware. It's a great company, and it should be fun to see if this works. Is it better than the Teku glass, which is my current favorite type of glassware, probably the glassware I use most often. So yeah, I have an IPA poured and a Stout poured. Both are beers from Berentsens Bryghus in Norway, and this is their Bombay IPA and the Sorte for Stouts. So I think that means, Black Sheep Stout. So this is on 4.7, this is on 7%. So I think we should start off with the IPA and then move on to the Stout afterwards, because I want this a little cold. So let's start off with the regular Teku glass here, my usually preferred tasting glass. Yeah, sweet malt, there's some grapefruit, some sweet citrus, apricot. It smells pretty much like a classic American West Coast IPA or something like that, but it's not super intense on the aroma. I'm getting a little bit of caramel malt too. It's just your traditional Teku. I mean, I haven't used these glasses. Well, I used this once, but I haven't used the Stout glass yet, so I'm not really familiar with how the aromas and whatnot should be on these. So I'm excited to see if it's gonna pop insanely much compared to the other ones. So here we have the Spiegelau IPA glass. Yeah, wow, that's interesting. At least when you pour until here, it almost seems like the fruitiness stands out more, where I'm getting more maltiness in the Teku. I didn't expect that. I actually expected this to work better than this, on the aroma at least. It's pretty much the same aroma, but it might pop a little more from the IPA glass. But let's give it a taste in the Teku glass first. Maybe more East Coast, old school American IPA on the flavor. Very bitter, very dry, earthy, resiny. Grapefruit's there. Big sweetness to it, actually. A lot of sweet malt. And also caramel. This is a very old school IPA, pretty much, actually. Yeah. Pretty much what you'd expect from drinking from a Teku glass. Also, the IPA glass have these ridges, I believe, to kind of like bring out the carbonation, and I believe it has some kind of laser treatment on the bottom, so it also gets more effervescent. And also both glasses are made for better head retention and also better generation of a head on your beer. So it's pretty interesting. Let's give the taste in the IPA glass. The IPA, of course. Yeah. We're getting more grapefruit now. This is odd. And what I like about it though, actually, is like when you take a swig, the head regenerates again, which is kind of cool, because the head has a tendency to quickly fade on the regular old glassware. I mean, the biggest difference is probably that it's a bit more effervescent, you get more head retention on the IPA glass, and then maybe the aroma pops a little bit more. If you fill it up to the top, I don't think it's a big difference, but yeah. The aroma maybe pops a little more. I should have chosen maybe a more pungent IPA for this, but It works. I mean, it definitely brings out the IPA aroma. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's also a really cool glass. So yeah, interesting. So moving on to the stout, the Soda Force Stout. So I guess we'll use the Teku as well first on this one. Oh, very toasty and like cocoa beany, chocolatey. Smells like a very light, easy drinking stout, kind of like a traditional English stout or Irish, maybe even Irish dry stout. Yeah, light, toasty, roasty, very mild stout aroma. So let's check out the aroma of the stout in the stout glass by Spiegelau. I also really like this glass. They seem kind of similar, but the stout glass is a little bit thicker if you have a look at them side by side on the kind of tulipi edge or whatever you want to call it. Pops a little more on the aroma here actually. But I think the reason why it might pop a little more is because the shape of the glass here, and I didn't pour it to the top, kind of traps the aroma better than it does. Well, it should be the same. Or that might be because the Teku has that slight opening. That might be the difference. Yeah. Same aroma, chocolatey, toasty. Yeah. There's actually not too much difference. I think the difference is more on the IPA glass maybe than the stout glass, but it still smells nice in both glasses. So let's start off with a taste of the Teku and then a taste of the stout glass by Spiegelau. Yeah, that tastes kind of like a very mild, standard British style stout. Also only 4.7%, very easy drinkable. A little bit of jammy fruitiness, some toasty, roasty note, cocoa nib, something along those lines. Yeah, very easygoing stout. Pretty much the same on the Teku glass. Maybe the carbonation is less intense. I don't know if this has a laser edging. I have a feeling they haven't done that on the stout glass here. Does it say? No, it just says dishwater safe and stuff on the side. So there isn't really, I'd say, in both glassware, the biggest difference compared to a Teku glass. I still think this is one of the best glasses for tasting the Teku, or maybe a snifter or something like that. But it's still, I mean, it makes for a nice drinking experience. What I really like about both glasses are when you take a sip, the head regenerates itself. I think that works really well. And of the beers, I definitely say the IPA is best if we're just talking about the beers in general. But it's a nice drinking glass. You can either hold here or whatever, but both glasses are nice. And if you're used to drinking out of something like a pint glass, I mean, this would be an easy choice. Anything is better than drinking out of a pint glass, because pint glass, you don't get as much aroma and stuff, and everything just kind of floats out into the room. So yeah, I'd say, yeah, both the stout and IPA glass are worth a go, but if you have a Teku glass already, you might not need to buy it. It might just be because you think they look cool, because they do look like really cool glassware. And Spiegelau is also some really high quality glassware. So yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on the IPA and stout glass. Kind of fun to have, cool drinking glass, but if you already have a Teku or maybe a snifter, that'll be fine as well. If you're only used to drinking out of pint glasses, this would be a nice kind of investment for you. And it's kind of cool, it's kind of some cool craft beer geekery, you know, to get your glassware. I think every craft beer geek or beer geek has a huge collection of craft beer glasses or just beer glasses, so why not also have an IPA glass and a stout glass. So I'll be looking forward to trying maybe some more intensely flavored beers with these and see what the difference is going to be. So guys, definitely let me know what you guys think of the stout glass and IPA glass versus Teku, snifter, whatever your preferred glassware is. Do you think there is a difference? I think there might be a tiny one, but it's not super noticeable if you're already drinking out of a glass like the Teku or maybe a snifter. So let me know, guys. If you want to get these glasses, they have them still at the moment at Best of Beers, so check them out, guys. And yeah, check out Benson's Spiegelau as well. I think they're only available in Norway at the moment, but yeah, it's some decent, drinkable, kind of more everyday type beer. So as always, guys, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Hope you enjoyed this a little bit different video, and see you guys in another beer tasting or beer review, or maybe even another glassware video. Who knows? Cheers.